Hi, you guys, it's Melanie, and welcome back to Living Luxuriously for Less, where we celebrate, decorate, and enjoy everyday life for less. So, we're going to be assembling this backdrop. It is over 8 feet tall. I could not believe the price for the size, and look at how compact it is. Excellent price. It was under $40, and so we're going to put it together. We're going to put some flowers on it. Without any further delay, let's get started.
Okay, so when you first open the box, you want to be sure that you don't mix up the different pieces because there is a method to the madness. Although the instructions have each part labeled, in reality, my parts were not labeled. And so I had to go through and look at them to see what the differences were. And what I found was that there was one package that just had two pieces in the pack, and those were the ones that you needed to start at the bottom of each of the square pieces that you see on the floor for the bases. Other than that, all of the pieces are the exact same. They're the exact same. And so once I sorted all the pieces according to the instructions, um, I was ready to go because it was the instructions are so straightforward. Again, you're going to need the pieces that have the little silver buttons on both sides. That's what you're going to start with. And then once you put those two in place, like you see me doing here, all of the other ones are the exact same except the triangle that goes at the top. And you can just build from there. I try to build each side one at a time, but eventually you're going to have to lean it up over the opposite side. Um, on like a sofa or something or chair, you're going to need to prop it on something because once you get one side built really high, the opposite side is going to start to fall because they're not connected in the middle. And so I will demonstrate that as well, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on. Also, my husband, I tried to tell him I was filming, but right in the middle of me filming, he's like, "Have you had your vitamin D?" I was like, "No." And then he was like, "Okay, guys, Melanie has to take her vitamin D." So that's what you see going on in the background there. Vitamin D is so important for us. But as you can see, the piece starts to lean, and I'm going to have to prop it on the sofa because we're almost to the top. And I'm going to show you guys that aspect of it. Now, now that we've gotten almost to the top, you're going to notice that the pieces are leaning a little bit. That's because I need to connect a triangle, and that's where you're going to need this three-step ladder. Now, speaking of a three-step ladder, a couple of days after I filmed this video, I was doing a Christmas tree, and I had on my slippers because I don't like to be in the house or anyone's house for that matter with my shoes on. So either I'll work in my socks or my slippers. And you guys, I ended up falling. I missed the second and third prong of the ladder. So my slipper got caught into it and I end up breaking my big toe. So as I'm filming this voiceover, I am healing from a broken toe. So please, please, please wear shoes or socks with grips on them when you're working on ladders with trees or backdrops or anything this holiday season. So once I got the ladder in place, I wanted to go up and to finish building the top with the triangle and the extra piece. And so that's what you see me doing there. After I did this, I thought about it. I could have built this on the floor and then like sat it up. But because I was working by myself, I wanted it to build it upright and then just connect it with the triangular piece that goes in the middle. So now that that is complete, the next step that you want to take is that you want to get a pool noodle in order to create your floral swags. For this exercise, I'm going to be using the pool noodle that we used on the candelabras. You remember the viral candelabra hack that I showed you all? I'm using that exact same pool noodle. I'm cutting off a third of it to create the smaller swag, and then the larger portion I'm going to use to create the larger swag. I also cut it down the back in order to be able to just slide it on to the arm of the triangle, and then the little button that's in the back to connect the gold pieces, the arms of it. I'm using that button to be a natural stop point, and this set also includes the zip ties, and I'm going to zip tie the swag on. And if you're using it outside, it also comes with the yard stakes, and this is also included in the backdrop kit. Now that that is all together, I am going to start decorating the swags using some greenery and some florals. I think it was about 2 packs of the ficus greenery in order to do it, and just a handful of flowers. I'm going to link those down in the description box, and I'm going to pin it in the first comment so that you can check it out there. I'm going to speed up the process that you can just kind of follow along. I ended up using the longer black zip ties in order to zip this in place, but if the white ones were all that you had, you could have connected the 2 white ones in order to zip tie them into place.
With you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset, man. You look.
Let me show you guys a little trick. When you're putting these and you're zip tying them on, if you want this to see how it won't move, and that is because I'm sliding it down to this little silver, let me see, right here, this little nodule on the back, that is going to naturally stop this right here. Let me see, it's going to naturally stop it from moving along with the zip tie once you start putting your florals on. Now for the greenery, I'm going to be using these ficus leaves, and you can break them down. I'm going to leave my link to these down below where you can find these in bulk. This is an excellent source for bulk flowers for your weddings and events. So I'm going to be using these on my backdrop. Now here's where you need to pay really close attention. As you can see, the ficus leaf that I'm using, they have like 3 different parts on each branch, and so I'm cutting those apart. For the larger pieces, I'm going to use the entire piece at the top and at the bottom, and then as I'm filling in, you're going to see me cut them apart and break them apart in order to use smaller bits of those leaves in order to get that maximum coverage that I'm looking for. If I were to use those limbs all over as they are, it's going to look very, very full. It's going to look just overly full, and you don't want that. There is a such thing as having too much greenery. So as you see, I'm cutting them apart, and then I'm going to fill in each section with those parts that I've cut away. So if you're paying attention, I want you to write down in the comments, cut them apart, and I will know that you are indeed a good student. Let's get back to the video.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
So once you have all of your greenery and flowers in place, you want to be sure to step back often to look at your work to make sure you don't have any holes or gaps or places that need to be filled in. Now, I could definitely add in more roses and flowers, etc., but I'm using basically what I have available for me here at home. And so definitely take advantage of what you have around you. You can also mix in natural greenery with this as well. And so that is how it turned out. I absolutely love it. And I am just so impressed with, you know, the size backdrop. It is like almost 8.5 feet tall for the price point. So easy to do and so easy to incorporate in your weddings and events.
Okay, you guys, that is it. So easy, so simple to put together, and most of all, it is budget friendly. Now that is what I call living luxuriously for less. So if you guys would like all the information on the greenery that I use, the florals, and the backdrop, be sure to check the description box and the first pinned comment. Thank you all so much again for watching. Don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up and let me know how much you enjoyed this tutorial down in the comments below. And I will see you guys at the next one. Until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers!